In the bustling city of Seoul, Yeon-ji Park sat hunched over her desk, her fingers dancing across holographic screens that flickered with complex legal documents. The small office hummed with the soft whir of quantum computers, casting a blue-green glow across her determined face. She was different from most lawyers. At 32, Yeon-ji had made a name for herself in the most unusual field of interstellar diplomatic law. Her colleagues often joked that she understood alien legal systems better than human ones. But today, she was working on a case that would challenge everything anyone knew about relationships, partnerships, and legal boundaries. The mission had happened 3 years ago, the joint peacekeeping expedition to the distant Proxima Centauri system. Hyun-woo Kim, a diplomatic liaison with enhanced cognitive implants, had been her mission partner. They weren't married. They weren't even romantically involved. But something happened during those 6 months in deep space that created a connection more complex than any traditional human relationship. Their mission involved mediating a territorial dispute between two non-human civilizations. The Krell, a silicon-based life form, and the Meridian Collective, an energy-based civilization, had been on the brink of a conflict that could have destabilized an entire sector of the galaxy. Yeon-ji and Hyun-woo were humanity's best hope for preventing a catastrophic war. During the mission, they underwent a rare diplomatic protocol, a neural sync procedure that allowed them to share critical information instantaneously. It was more than communication. It was a deep, almost telepathic understanding of each other's thoughts, strategies, and intentions. The procedure was standard for high-risk diplomatic missions, but what happened between them was anything but standard. The neural sync revealed more than just mission-critical information. It exposed their deepest motivations, fears, and potential. They saw each other's memories, understood each other's pain, and recognized a level of trust that went beyond professional partnership. When they returned to Earth, things were different. The neural connection didn't simply fade away. Hyun-woo's augmented diplomatic status and the alien legal frameworks they had encountered during the mission created a weird legal limbo. They weren't married by human standards, but they were definitely connected in ways no human law could define. Yeon-ji remembered the moment she realized something was fundamentally different. It was during a routine follow-up medical examination. The doctors were puzzled. Her physiological markers showed a connection that suggested a deep biological partnership. Her cellular structure had subtle changes that mirrored Hyun-woo's. It was as if their bodies had created a bond during the neural sync. The quantum-encrypted mission records were her primary evidence. Each interaction, each shared moment of decision-making, became a potential legal argument. Their collaborative protocols, their synchronized decision-making, their shared biological responses, all of these pointed to a partnership that transcended traditional human understanding. Hyun-woo had no idea she was preparing this legal challenge. He was currently on another diplomatic mission, his enhanced implants connecting him to various interstellar communication networks. Their last conversation had been professional, cordial, nothing suggesting the legal storm Yeon-ji was about to unleash. She knew the case was unprecedented. No human court had ever dealt with a partnership defined by alien legal standards, neural synchronization, and biological interconnectedness. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about marriage. It was about recognition of a connection that human legal systems were not yet equipped to understand. The holographic screens around her began compiling evidence. Mission logs, medical reports, neural sync documentation, alien diplomatic protocols. Each piece carefully selected, each argument meticulously constructed. This wasn't just a legal case. This was a challenge to humanity's understanding of partnership, connection, and interdependence. Yeon-ji leaned back in her chair, a slight smile crossing her face. The legal world was about to change, and she was going to be the one to change it. Outside her office window, Seoul's skyline glittered with technological marvels, seeming to echo the complexity of the legal journey she was about to begin. The interstellar communication network buzzed with an unusual transmission. Yeon-ji's legal claim had entered the complex web of diplomatic channels, creating ripples of confusion and intrigue across multiple jurisdictions. Hyun-Woo Kim received the initial notification while aboard a deep space research vessel. His enhanced neural implants flickered with a message that made little sense at first. A legal claim. From Eun-ji. For something they never were. Married. The diplomatic corps immediately went into overdrive. Their records showed a mission that was more than just a standard peacekeeping expedition. The neural sync they had undergone was experimental, pushing the boundaries of human-alien interaction protocols. Most fascinating was how their collaborative mission had created a legal gray area that no existing system could easily categorize. In the central administrative hub of the Earth Diplomatic Corps, senior officials gathered around holographic displays. They reviewed every single detail of the Proxima Centauri mission. Eun-ji's claim wasn't just a simple lawsuit. It was a challenge to fundamental understanding of human partnerships. The alien legal databases they had encountered during the mission began to respond. Strange algorithms started processing the claim, revealing complex layers of interpretation. What humans saw as a professional partnership, the alien systems recognized as a deep binding connection. Hyun-Woo's augmented status complicated matters further. As a diplomat with extensive technological modifications, his legal standing was already unique. The neural sync had essentially merged their professional identities in ways no traditional legal framework could comprehend. Communication logs showed their interactions during the mission were extraordinary. Every decision, every strategic move, seemed synchronized beyond normal human collaboration. They had anticipated each other's thoughts, made decisions as a single unit, and navigated complex diplomatic challenges with an almost supernatural understanding. The medical records were even more puzzling. Their biological markers showed unexpected synchronization. Blood tests, neural scans, and cellular responses suggested a connection that went beyond professional partnership. It was as if their bodies had created a unique bond during the mission. Alien diplomatic protocols they had encountered during the Proxima Centauri mission began to activate. Strange legal algorithms started parsing through their mission data, revealing layers of connection that human legal systems couldn't understand. Hyun-Woo's technological implants began processing the claim, running multiple scenario simulations. Each simulation revealed a different potential outcome, highlighting the unprecedented nature of Eun-ji's legal challenge. The Earth Diplomatic Corps found themselves in an impossible situation. Their top diplomatic liaison was being sued by a legal expert for a partnership that existed in a bizarre legal limbo. Was it a professional relationship? A biological connection? A diplomatic anomaly? Intercultural legal experts were called in. They studied the neural sync protocols, the mission logs, the biological data. Each expert brought a different perspective, but all agreed on one thing. This was something entirely new. The alien legal databases continued to process the claim. Strange symbols and complex algorithmic patterns began to emerge, suggesting a level of recognition that human legal systems could not comprehend. Hyun-Woo's neural implants began to show increased activity. The claim was triggering complex memory sequences from their mission. Moments of intense collaboration, split-second decisions, shared experiences that went beyond normal human interaction. Earth's legal systems were not prepared for this challenge. Traditional marriage laws, diplomatic partnership protocols, and human relationship definitions were being rewritten in real time. The diplomatic community watched with a mixture of confusion and excitement. This was more than a legal claim. It was a potential revolution in understanding human connections, technological integration, and interstellar relationships. Eun-ji's claim had done something extraordinary. It had created a legal challenge that was forcing multiple systems, human, technological, and alien, to reconsider fundamental definitions of partnership and connection. As communication channels lit up with discussions, simulations, and analyses, one thing became clear. This was going to be a legal battle unlike anything humanity had ever seen before. The jurisdictional complexity was just beginning to unfold. The quantum encrypted archive room hummed with silent energy. Rows of holographic storage units contained millions of encrypted mission logs, each unit representing a potential piece of evidence for Yunji's unprecedented legal claim. Her specialized decryption algorithm worked tirelessly, breaking through layers of diplomatic security protocols. Each decrypted file revealed more about her complex relationship with Hyunwoo during the Proxima Centauri mission. The first critical piece of evidence emerged, a neural synchronization log from their third mission week. The data showed something extraordinary. Their brainwave patterns had synchronized at 97.4% compatibility during critical decision-making moments. No human partnership had ever demonstrated such intense cognitive alignment. Medical scanners had captured something even more unusual. During high-stress diplomatic negotiations, their physiological responses were perfectly matched. Heart rates, hormonal releases, even micro-muscle tensions, all synchronized without physical proximity. Hyunwoo's advanced neural implants contained additional layers of information. Designed for diplomatic communication, these implants recorded every micro-interaction, every shared thought, every strategic decision made during their mission. The technological evidence was building a case that human legal systems had never considered. Their partnership wasn't just professional. It was a technological and biological symbiosis that defied traditional relationship definitions. Communication logs showed they could predict each other's responses with remarkable accuracy. During a critical moment negotiating between the Krell and Meridian civilizations, they had communicated complex strategies without speaking a single word. Their neural sync had created a communication method beyond human understanding. Genetic analysis revealed another layer of complexity. The neural sync procedure had caused subtle genetic modifications. Their cellular structures showed markers of a deep, almost quantum-level connection. It was as if their biological systems had been partially integrated during the mission. The diplomatic corps' most advanced AI began analyzing the evidence. Its complex algorithms started generating potential interpretations of their relationship. Each interpretation challenged existing legal and social frameworks. Yunji discovered something unexpected in the mission's psychological evaluation records. Their neural sync had created a bond that went beyond professional collaboration. They had shared memories, emotional responses, and cognitive patterns that suggested a deeper connection. Technological records showed moments of incredible synchronization. During a critical moment when the Krell delegation threatened to terminate negotiations, Hyunwoo and Yunji had responded with such perfect coordination that it seemed like a single entity was operating. The encryption was complex, but Yunji's specialized skills were even more advanced. She had developed unique decryption techniques during her years of working with alien diplomatic systems. Each layer she removed revealed more about their extraordinary connection. Quantum communication logs were particularly interesting. They showed how their neural implants had created a communication channel that transcended traditional communication methods. They could exchange complex ideas in milliseconds, with a level of understanding that went beyond language. Biological tracking systems had recorded something unprecedented. During high-stress moments, their body chemistry would automatically adjust to support each other. Hormonal releases, stress responses, even immune system reactions were synchronized. The technological evidence was building a case that no human legal system had ever encountered. It wasn't about marriage. It wasn't about a traditional partnership. It was about a technological and biological connection that challenged everything humans understood about relationships. Hyunwoo's advanced implants continued to process the emerging evidence. Each new revelation added complexity to their already complicated relationship. The mission had created something unique, a partnership that existed beyond human understanding. As the evidence compiled, one thing became clear: this was more than a legal claim. This was a technological revelation that would force humanity to reconsider its understanding of human connections, technological integration, and interstellar relationships. The technological evidence was complete, and it was extraordinary. The galactic hearing chamber was unlike any human courtroom. Holographic representations flickered and shifted, representing 17 different civilizations from across the known universe. The space itself seemed to breathe with alien energy, walls pulsing with complex technological interfaces. Yeonji stood at the center, her appearance carefully prepared. She wore a simple black suit that seemed almost primitive compared to the advanced technological beings surrounding her. Her neural implant communication device glowed softly behind her ear, a subtle reminder of her technological preparedness. Hyunwoo sat on the opposite side, his augmented body slightly translucent due to the advanced diplomatic modifications. He looked calm, but his neural systems were processing millions of potential scenarios with each passing second. The primary judicial administrator, a being composed of liquid light and intricate energy patterns, spoke first. Its voice wasn't sound, but a direct neural transmission that each participant understood instantly. "Explain the nature of your partnership," it requested. Yeonji began her presentation. She displayed the quantum-encrypted mission logs, showing their synchronized decision-making during the Proxima Centauri conflict. Each holographic projection revealed moments of extraordinary collaboration, split-second decisions that had prevented a potential galactic war. Medical records appeared next. They showed their biological synchronization, how their body systems had essentially created a unique form of partnership that transcended traditional human understanding. Heart rates, neural responses, even cellular communication showed an unprecedented level of connection. The alien judicial representatives leaned forward. Some were crystalline structures that shifted color with each emotional response. Others were energy formations that pulsed with complex mathematical patterns. Each was trying to understand this uniquely human approach to partnership. Hyunwoo's augmented systems began supporting Yeonji's presentation. Additional layers of mission data emerged, showing how their neural sync had not just been a communication tool, but a complete integration of cognitive processes. One Meridian representative, a being of pure electromagnetic energy, asked a critical question. Was this a chosen partnership or an accidental synchronization? Yeonji's response was carefully prepared. She explained the complex diplomatic protocols, the intentional neural sync procedure, and the unexpected depth of their connection. It wasn't love in the traditional human sense. It was a partnership that existed beyond emotional or physical boundaries. The hearing continued for what seemed like hours, though time moved differently in this galactic space. Each piece of evidence challenged existing understanding of partnerships, relationships, and interspecies collaboration. Technological records showed their incredible synchronization. During critical mission moments, they had made decisions so perfectly aligned that it appeared they were operating as a single entity. Their neural implants had created a communication channel that transcended traditional language. Genetic analysis revealed another layer of complexity. The neural sync had caused subtle genetic modifications. Their cellular structures showed markers of a deep, quantum-level connection. It was as if their biological systems had been partially integrated during the mission. The judicial panel represented civilizations that understood partnership in ways humans could never comprehend. Some saw connections as pure energy exchanges. Others viewed partnerships as complex mathematical alignments. But all recognized something extraordinary in Yeonji and Hyunwoo's connection. As the hearing progressed, it became clear that this was more than a legal dispute. This was a moment that would potentially redefine how intelligent species understood connection, partnership, and collaborative potential. Hyunwoo's augmented systems continued processing, supporting Yeonji's arguments with millisecond-level precision. Their partnership, their connection, was becoming a case study that would be analyzed across multiple civilizations. The hearing was about more than financial support. It was about recognizing a partnership that existed beyond traditional human understanding, a connection that challenged everything known about relationships, technology, and interspecies collaboration. The Galactic Judicial Chamber waited for final arguments, the very fabric of space seeming to hold its breath in anticipation. The verdict arrived like a silent wave of energy, transforming everything in an instant. 17 holographic judges simultaneously projected their decision. Their collected voice wasn't sound, but a direct neural transmission that every being in the chamber understood instantly. Hyunwoo and Eunji stood motionless, their augmented systems processing the complex legal language. Partnership recognized. The primary judicial administrator announced. Biological synchronization confirmed. Financial interdependence established. The verdict meant more than a simple legal decision. It redefined how intelligent species would understand human connections. Their neural sync during the Proxima Centauri mission was now legally recognized as a legitimate form of partnership. Hyunwoo would be required to provide financial support to Eunji. But it wasn't traditional alimony. It was a complex technological compensation for their shared biological and cognitive integration during the diplomatic mission. Earth's diplomatic corps watched in stunned silence. Their communication channels buzzed with the implications of this unprecedented decision. No human legal system had ever encountered a partnership defined by neural synchronization and technological integration. The financial compensation wasn't just monetary. It included advanced technological credits, neural sync research funding, and a unique interdimensional support protocol that guaranteed their continued biological connection. Eunji's neural implant began processing the detailed verdict. Each line of the decision revealed layers of complexity that would take years to fully understand. She had done something extraordinary. She had legally recognized a partnership that existed beyond human understanding. Hyunwoo's augmented systems calculated the long-term implications. Their mission had not just prevented a galactic conflict. It had now created a legal precedent that would reshape how intelligent species understood partnership, connection, and collaborative potential. The hearing chamber began to dissolve. Alien representatives from 17 different civilizations started transmitting the verdict across their respective communication networks. What had seemed like a simple legal dispute was now a landmark case that would be studied for generations. Their neural sync had proven to be more than a diplomatic tool. It was a form of connection that transcended traditional human concepts of relationships. The verdict recognized their unique biological and technological integration as a legitimate form of partnership. Media channels across human settlements began reporting the news. Experts in diplomatic law, technological integration, and interspecies relationships started analyzing every detail of the verdict. The financial compensation was complex. It wasn't just about money. It included technological research grants, neural sync development credits, and a unique interdimensional support protocol that guaranteed their continued biological connection. Eunji realized this was more than a personal victory. She had created a legal framework that would help future human-alien diplomatic teams understand the potential of technological partnership. Hyunwoo's augmented systems continued processing the verdict's implications. Their mission had transformed from a simple diplomatic intervention to a landmark case that would reshape understanding of human potential. The galactic judicial system had done something unprecedented. They had recognized a form of partnership that existed beyond physical, emotional, and traditional legal boundaries. It was a decision that would be studied across multiple civilizations. News spread quickly. Universities, research institutions, and diplomatic training centers began requesting access to the complete case files. Their partnership was now a case study in technological integration and interspecies collaboration. As they left the hearing chamber, Eunji and Hyunwoo understood something profound. Their connection wasn't just a legal victory. It was a moment that would change how intelligent species understood partnership, technology, and human potential. The verdict was more than a legal decision. It was a revolution.